Greetings everyone, and today we are going to discuss about phylum Annelida. Annelida is derived from the term annulus, which means little rings or small rings. Annulus, little or small rings, and these are known as segmented worms. These are segmented worms, and apart from this, some general characteristics. First and foremost, these are triploblastic. These are uh, bilateral, triploblastic, bilateral, coelomate, as well as these are triploblastic, bilateral, coelomate, as well as these are protostomium, protostomium. They are protostomium as well as they have one of the part of their body as protostomium as well. So they are segmented ones. These are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, coelomate, protostomium, and apart from this, when it comes to the structure of body, they are having special body structure. Over their mouth they are having lip like extension, as the way we are having lips. They are having lip like extension over their mouths, known as protostomium. And we know that the blastophore first develops and opens into the mouth, and protostomium organisms, which includes annelida, mollusca, and arthropoda. Now let's discuss some anatomy. Here in anatomy we are having, these are known as segmented worms. Why? Because these are having several segments, compartments inside their body. Um, Typically in an earthworm there are around 200 segments, but that can also vary from size. So here the earthworm is one of the species of the phylum Annelida. And here these compartments are of two types, and external and internal. Uh, these are of two types, external and internal segments. External segments are two, which are the metamers. Metamers, one metamer is found on the mouth side, other metamer found on the anus side. And metamers here are basically, these metamers. These metamers are basically present on the top and bottom side, mouth and anus side. And these metamers are external metamers, top and bottom side, as well as these are present, due to which the annelida are known as, due to the presence of the metamers, these are known as metamerically segmented forms. After which internal segments are there, which are known as septa. Internal segments are there which are known as septa. Apart from which, another good fact about them is that they are having several they're having their coelomate, and inside their coelomate they are having the coelomic fluid. They're having coelomic fluid, and that coelomic fluid basically is adjacent. This coelomic fluid is mixed within all of the compartments. It's mixed through the adjacent chamber or adjacent segment or compartment of the annelida, as well as this also serves as a hydrostatic skeleton. Hydrostatic skeleton. Apart from which, we are having other features, that it is the first phylum. It is the first phylum in which the closed circulatory system was seen. It was the first phylum in which closed circulatory system was seen. While when it comes to Annelida, Annelida are supposed to be derived, they are supposed to be evolved from the primitive platyhelminth like primitive platyhelminths like primitive platyhelminth like organisms in sea. Primitive platyhelminth like animals in sea. So here, um, one more point here, that here, what where do they live? They live in, mostly they live in moist soil. They live in sea. They live in fresh water, as well as they are having their mode of nutrition involves some of them are predators, free swimming predators, whilst many of them are aquatic filter feeders, as well as others are also ectoparasites. Example of this is leech, which is having its scientific name is Hurido. And here, apart from this, when it comes to their digestive system is complete digestive system. It is a tube-like digestive system in which there is mouth and anus and complete alimentary canal is present. This is a complete digestive system. Rest, when it comes to their circulatory system, they have a closed type circulatory system with heart and blood vessels. Apart from which, when it comes to their excretory system, their excretion takes place through special excretory organs known as metanephridia. These metanephridia are ciliated cells. This is organ which is made up of ciliated cells, which allow the process of excretion around through them, as well as apart from this, uh, they are also having on the outer body, their from exterior part, their body is covered with cuticle, which is outer covering, which is made up of which is mostly made up of chitin. Cuticle, which is mostly made up of chitin, or which is mostly made up of waxes as well. Rest, they are also having some. They are also having slight extensions. They are have also having their some extensions, lateral extensions over there on the outer structure. They are also having several extensions known as kita. They're also having some thread-like chitinous structure or extensions known as kita, or we also call it as seta. Thread-like chitinous structure known as seta or kita, and plural is kiti or siti, and they help in locomotion process. These are present in all annelids, while in some of the annelids, for example, we are having in the phylum Hirudia. In the class Hirudia, such as leeches, there is no presence of Seta and Kita. And apart from this, in some of the Annelida, there is also the presence of flash-like structure. Flash-like structure. What do we call it? This is a flash-like structure which is present below the Kita or Seta, which is known as the parapodia, which is basically an extension of the segment or compartment of the annelida. And parapodia is present. Parapodia is absent in earthworm, but it is present in Nereis, as well as it is present. It is only present in Nereis, or it is present in it's a subclass known as Polychaeta. It is present in a class known as Polychaeta, while when it comes to another class which is known as the Oligochaeta, sorry for the interruption. Polychaeta having example of Nereis. Nereis is also known as ragworm, as well as we are also having another example which is lugworm. Lugworm having its scientific name is Enteklodin, something like that. But unfortunately, I am not known about the actual spell. Oligoceta are those which are not having uh, Plitelium. They are not having. They are not having Parapodia. They are as well as these are having a few Kita. They're not having Parapodia, having a few Kita, as well as when it comes to having a Parapodia, a few Kita, as well as they are also having other structures including they're not having a distinct head, as we can see this in further detail. That here Oligoceta are the classes which are not having the head, which we are going to discuss. It's just an intro, so we'll discuss that in the next part. But now they are having digestive system, complete digestive system, tubular digestive system, circulatory system, post circulatory system, excretory system, and respiratory system is not present yet. Diffusion is sufficient for the respiratory system, but we can also say the circulatory system accompanies the respiratory system, which means diffusion is all done for the respiratory system. Rest, when it comes to another part, we are also having its nervous system. Its nervous system consists of a brain, a very simple brain, ganglionic brain, and that is having double nerve cord which runs throughout its body, and at intervals of them there is the presence of ganglion at various intervals. Rest, the reproductive system is in such a manner that they most of them reproduce sexually, but some of them also reproduce asexually. In case of emergency, if the earthworm is cut from uh, if the body of earthworm is cut, then the earthworm regenerates its body organ by itself. This process is known as regeneration, and this is an example of asexual reproduction. But when it comes to sexual reproduction, it is the most common mean of reproduction in Annelida. And in that case, sexual reproduction mostly occurs in hermaphrodites. Most of them are hermaphrodites, while some are having separate sexes as well, which means some are dionysious as well. Rest, some are dionysious as well. And when it comes to hermaphrodites, hermaphrodites having example of earthworm, earthworm having its scientific name is lumbricus. Philamptria. It is having its scientific name is lumbricus philamptria. Separate, as well as second part, that here it is also having a reproductive system in which its sperms and ovumes are present, and here the fertilization which takes place is external fertilization. And rest, we are only left with the reproductive organs. There are some reproductive organs as well, such as sperm duct, oviduct, ovary, testes, and sperm sacs are also present in their structure. Rest, when it comes to their wall, it is made up of three layers: endodrome and mesodrome and then ectodrome. Here, diving a bit further into their structure, some of them also having clitelium, some of them also not having a having clitelium. Clitelium is basically a thick waxy-like structure which is present over them. Now, example of this can be divided into their classes. There are majorly three classes present in Annelida. First includes the Polyceta, Oligoceta, and third includes the Hurido, Huridia. So here, these are the classes. So first, let us go through the characteristics of Polyceta. Polyceta are marine living organism. These are having a distinct head, as well as these are having distinct head. There is no presence of clitelium, as well as they are having examples of nares, as well as ragworm, lugworm, as well as these are having parapodia. These are having parapodia. These are having large amount of kita with parapodia, as well as these are a few characteristics of the polyketa, and oligoketa are having examples of organisms which are having clitelium. They are not having a distinct head. They are having uh, they are not having parapodia. Parapodia not present. While they have kita, but few of the kita are present for locomotion, as well as few of the kita are present for locomotion, as well as most of the organisms are freshwater living and damp earth living or moist soil living. On the other hand side, examples of this includes earthworm, Earthworm having a scientific name is Lumbricus. Earthworm, also known as Lumbricus or Phylum, and then there is uh, another part which is Huridia. Huridia includes all of the leeches, which includes Hurido, the most common one which is found. They are not having clitelium. They act as ectoparasite. They are not having parapodia. They are not having kita, as well as uh, no clitelia, no parapodia, no kita. They are ectoparasites, as well as a few more things that I would like to discuss about the term clitelium here. Clitelium is basically a slender-like structure. It is slender itself. It is slender, which is utilized to produce a cocoon. Cocoon is a structure. It's a sac-like structure inside which the eggs and sperms of the Annelida are deposited for fertilization, for external fertilization. In that case, cocoon is produced by the clitelium, and clitelium as being as the producer of cocoon produces cocoon, due to which the cocoon is having the eggs stored, deposited inside it, where the fertilization takes place. So in that case, these are involved. They are having this function. So on the other side, in Viridia, we are having examples of Burrito, um, which includes leeches, which we are having one more function, that here leeches are basically economically having a great importance, that here people usually consider them to be having good characteristics in such a manner that it is believed that several diseases can be cured by sucking of blood by the leeches from the human's body. Well, when it comes to earthworm also known as friend of farmer and is important for agriculture life. That's all about this video. Hopefully